You wake up, and before your eyes are even open, your brain is already running, replaying yesterday's conversation, analyzing what you should have said, projecting tomorrow's problems. Three different scenarios, four different outputs. It's 7 a.m., and you're already mentally exhausted. Nobody around you understands why. Because from the outside, you look fine. You're smart. You're capable. You're the one everyone comes to for answers. Freeze. What nobody tells you about having a highly intelligent mind is that it never stops working. Not when you're eating, not when you're trying to sleep, not even when you're supposedly relaxing. And the most exhausting part isn't the thinking itself. It's that the world keeps telling you this is a gift while you're drowning in it. Here are 6 reasons highly intelligent people are always mentally exhausted. Number 3 is something nobody talks about. And number 6 will change how you see your own mind. Most people's brains have an off switch. They can watch a show, scroll, zone out. But you, even when you're relaxing, you're analyzing the narrative structure, judging the cinematography. You can't just be. Here's why. The default mode network, your brain's idle state, is hyper-connected to your prefrontal cortex. Your rest mode is still actively problem solving. You're not relaxing, you're processing at full capacity with the parking brake on. You don't have an overthinking problem. You have a brain that was built to run, and the world never taught you how to park it. Someone says one sentence, you hear 5 layers, the words, the tone, the thing they didn't say, the pattern from 6 months ago, the implication for next week. They've moved on to lunch plans. You're still unpacking a single sentence. This is pattern recognition, hypervigilance. Your brain cross-references everything against your entire life database in real time. Every input becomes a research project. You're not too sensitive. You're processing at a depth most people don't even know exists. You can't leave a thought unfinished. Half-understood concepts, unresolved conversations, unsolved problems. They loop at 11 p.m., at 2 a.m., at 4 a.m. Like browser tabs you cannot close. Because what if closing one means losing something important? This is the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain remembers incomplete tasks more vividly than completed ones, but yours applies this to everything. Every answer opens 3 new questions. Your mind treats an unsolved question the way most people treat a fire alarm. You absorb emotions you didn't ask for. A friend's sadness becomes your sadness. A stranger's frustration ruins your afternoon. You walk into a room and immediately sense what everyone is feeling, and you can't unfeel it. It's emotional secondhand smoke. Your mirror neuron system is overactive. Your brain doesn't observe emotions, it simulates them internally with frightening accuracy. You're not just understanding their pain, you're running a full body simulation of it. Your empathy isn't weakness, it's radar, but you don't have to absorb what you detect. You can see what's possible, the better relationship, the smarter system, the more meaningful life, and you can see with painful clarity how far reality is from that vision. Most people live in what is. You live in the gap between what is and what could be. Your prefrontal cortex runs better version simulations constantly, and the gap creates chronic, low-grade dissatisfaction. You're not ungrateful, you're a visionary trapped in a world that moves slower than your mind. Everyone rewarded the thinking. School, work, life. So you built your entire identity around the one thing your brain does endlessly. But nobody, not one person, ever sat you down and said, with a mind like yours, rest isn't something that happens. Rest is something you have to learn. Your analytical circuits are Olympic level, but your relaxation circuits have atrophied. Not because you're broken, because you've been training the wrong muscle your whole life. A Formula One engine needs better brakes than a bicycle. When did anyone ever teach you how to break. The goal isn't to stop thinking. The goal isn't to become someone who doesn't overthink. Because your mind, this relentless, exhausting, never sleeping mind, it's not a flaw. It's not a disorder. It's the same engine that solves problems nobody else can solve. That creates art nobody else can create. That understands people at a depth most will never reach. The question isn't, how do I shut this off? The question is, who taught me that my mind was the enemy? You are not mentally exhausted because you are weak. You are exhausted because you've been running a high performance engine without ever learning how to maintain it. The most intelligent thing you can do isn't think more. It's learn to finally let your mind rest. Not because it deserves it, but because even the brightest fire needs darkness to be visible. If your mind never stops, maybe it was never meant to. Maybe it was meant to be aimed.